Hey Purdue football fans, big win today against Boston College. Here's some video of Coach Brohm, David Blough, the talented freshman Moore, and Markus Bailey talking about how adversity has helped this team, a tough schedule has helped this team, and Moore talks about his big 74-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, Coach Rondale, I'll give some credit here. He had a great message last night for us. You know, the coaches allow one coach to speak to the team on behalf of coaching staff. And Coach Rondale brought a great message and told a story about his dad's dog, and it had this big chain on its neck, this big collar, and it kept hurting it. So that's what we had been doing the last 3 weeks. He was a great analogy, and he gave the guys confidence that we can finally break this chain. We can finally break through and get a win that we knew we had in us. If we played well on both sides of the ball, I mean, look at our defense; it's phenomenal. And if we do the little things right, no penalties, minimize, we won the turnover battle. And so I think that was the message we sent. If we do the things the right way, we can beat good teams.
This team has gone through a lot of adversity early in the season.
Yep.
Some teams just tap out. Why do you guys fight through adversity and have this kind of big win today?
You know, I think we had confidence even in the midst of being 0-3, knowing that we were hurting ourselves, knowing versus Northwestern and penalties and turnovers, and versus Eastern Michigan, 5 fumbles and penalties. Missouri, like, we knew we could hang with those guys, and it could very easily have been on the flip of all 3 of those games. And so we took confidence even in the midst of adversity. And I think going forward, and today it kind of just showed what happens if we do the little things right. So obviously it feels good, and we'll celebrate, and then we'll be on to whoever's next. Nebraska, I think.
A lot of teams that's got adversity, losing their first 3 games at home, kind of tap out. What leaders on this team kind of help you guys pushing forward so you don't tap out and you have this kind of big win today?
No matter what happens, David Blough is always on the sideline talking to everyone. That's coaches, that's defense, that's offense, that's the kickers. And, the biggest thing he says all the time is be special. So when something bad's going on or anything, David's always around to cheer everyone up and say something.
And your knee might have been down. I'm not sure. It was kind of close. But did getting one of those breaks go your way after last week with Jared? Did that just sort of feel right?
Yeah, I actually mentioned that to some teammates. I was like, maybe that was a break from last week. But I really couldn't tell. And obviously, as I was running, I didn't feel it. But it was pretty cool.
What does it feel like? I mean, in terms of Jeff just described the defense as lights out defense. Clearly, the offense showed what they could do last week, but to sort of put it all together, it seemed like today was a complete package. What did it feel like to have that support from the other side of the ball?
It was great. It gave us confidence, and just to score. To keep those guys off the field, make sure they're getting breaks, and they're playing their butts off, so that makes us want to play our butts off. And all 11 guys that were on the field were clicking. The coaches were calling some great plays depending on the defenses they were running. We executed.
Take me through the 70-yard run.
So before the play actually started, we had got like 2 delays from the refs or whatever, and I go out there to talk to Zico, and we both see the coverage obviously, and we're like, we can use this too. I'm like, I know I'm getting the ball right now, and I see the safety and the corner's outside of me. Well, the backer walked outside of me, and I see this safety in the middle of the field, and I knew my route and I knew what they were going to do. And I'm like, Seven's going to come down. And then I didn't expect that to happen, but I guess my knee hit his foot and I just ran.
Did he bounce? Did that guy bounce off of you, the defender?
I don't think he wrapped up, so I just spun out of there somehow and just ran.
And then when you're watching the replay,
yeah.
Confident your knee didn't touch?
I was looking at Coach Shep, like, hopefully not, because that was a break for us, So I'm just grateful that we got the W and they didn't calm me down there.
Setting the edge on defense is all about, your get off and your physicality, because someone's trying to reach you, so you have to use your hands and get off the block and get into your gap. And that's all mindset and how aggressive you are and how quick and twitch are you with your hands. And that's been a point of emphasis all week.
You mentioned mindset. Sometimes if a team's 0-3 and time of adversity, they kind of just tap out. You guys fought hard today, big win. What kind of leaders on this team kind of keep everyone pushing forward and having success like today?
Yeah, like you said, no one wants to be 0-3, and it's easy to lose confidence and belief. But our team and our coaches and our leaders on the team didn't allow that to happen, even regardless of what was being said about us from the outside. We had faith, we had belief, confidence in our system and coaches, and we knew what we were capable of doing. We knew we could have won all those games that we were in, that we played before. It wasn't like we were getting blown out, so we knew we just had to clean up a few things, play more physical, and then finally we had the results show what we needed them to show.
You guys have a tough schedule. How can you guys build what you've learned so far in this win and move forward and have a really good end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we see what we can do when we go hard all week in practice and take our preparation seriously and jump out on a team and be physical right away. So we need to continue to do the things that we did this past week.
Jeff, after 3 tough losses, it might be easy for guys to give up or quit. What did you do to keep the team together and get them to fight in a game like this against a ranked opponent?
Well, it's always tough and no fun when you lose, and that's how you want it. You want it to hurt you. You want to feel bad. You want to be a little ticked off and angry, and you want it to cause you to say, you know what, we're not going to do this anymore. We got to get this thing fixed, and let's go about trying to fix it. Let's not hide from our mistakes. Let's not try to point the finger at ourselves. No, let's do those things. So we try to be critical of ourselves as coaches and players, identify the mistakes, go about fixing them every day, work hard at it. And then when come game time, you just got to cut it loose. So I didn't want our guys to play tight today. That kind of was the theme. I said, look, you guys have worked hard. We've really identified what we need to improve on. Now, don't go out there and second guess yourself. Go out there and cut it loose and play, and you should be more confident in this game than ever. You have nothing to lose other than going out there and showcasing what you're all about. Every game is a new opportunity to raise the level, your level of play, and raise the bar, and try to do that. Try to do it individually, as a unit, as a team. And I think our guys did relax. They went out and played, and like I said, we got a few breaks go our way, and it helped us gain that confidence to play well.
Right. What went into trying Barnes out at Leo on 3rd down, and how much did that mean to the overall picture of what your pass rush was able to do when you did force them to throw? Well, we got to constantly evaluate who we have and how to put them in the best position to succeed. I think right now, we need a better pass rush. Derek is probably stronger rushing the passer and has a little wiggle and shake to him, has some strength. Not quite as efficient in space, so he's not quite there yet. I think eventually he can. So we wanted to get some more speed up there and a guy that has a little pop. So the fact that he went there helped us a little bit. I do think our other defensive linemen played better. They understand there's competition right now, and every person has to improve. And we worked our tail off on pass rush all week. And while it's never going to be perfect, it has to gradually get slightly better. So it was great to see quite a few guys get in there and gradually get slightly better.
Hey, Coach, Big Ten Media Day talks about your schedule being so tough. Those first 3 games were close losses. Big win today. What do you think your team has learned so far this season? How have they grown, maybe individually or as a team?
Well, our first 4 games were tough matchups, and while sometimes it hurts the win-loss record, you know what? I think it makes your team better in the end, and I do think that when you play Northwestern, when Missouri comes in here and you're right there and you got a chance to win, and then you come out and you play a very good football team and you find a way to win in the fashion we did, it gives you a lot of confidence. And there's some fun games to play in, and while it's risky to play something like that, I think our fans like it and our players like it, and I think it makes you better. So hopefully we can take a lot from this game and realize that we were resilient, we worked hard, we found a way to improve, and we can build off of it. And for us, it's important to do. We got a lot of young players, and they need to go out there and get better every week.
Coach Brohm, Blough was extremely efficient with the football today, 21 or 28. But he seemed to hold on to the ball a little long a couple of times and took a couple of sacks that he shouldn't have. Did you talk to him about getting rid of the ball early, or just kind of let him play loose and let him do his thing?
No, I probably talked to him a little too much about it. You are correct on your statement. Now, they did a very good job. They brought the heat up the middle, especially on 3rd downs. We had a little tough time picking it up, and sometimes he backed up too much. And I think it's better, for the most part, if you can try to step through that sometimes, and if you take the sack, you take the sack, or you got to throw it away. We were in field goal range at least once, maybe twice, and he took a sack 15-plus yards back, which can't happen. I think he knows that.
But you know what? He hung in there. It's never going to be perfect. It's a tough position to play. There's a lot of things to improve upon. I do think he played hard. He played tough. He wants to win. But there are numerous things we can correct.